Hello, I am the cartoonist M. Rashid. This cartoon um, was inspired just from following the thought that I was exploring with the last of those three um, false flag cartoons that I did from the 4chan guys. So that line that you see inside of this one and in that previous one, where it says where he's referencing empirical evidence that blacks have shortcomings. That line was I'm paraphrasing the actual 4chan guy. He was asking somebody else uh, which one of my cartoons addressed that directly. That's what I was going with there. He was very timely when it was time for me to actually go after that particular false flag. But this cartoon and in referencing that comment from him, what they don't have is material that shows that there's any truth inside of their white supremacist ideology rhetoric. They don't have any empirical evidence. He's bluffing. He's just saying stuff. You know, you can try to deny this, but your IQ intelligence quotient exam turned out to be a myth. It was nonsense. At the very beginning, when it was created, it was nonsense. And the way you use it is nonsense. It's nonsense. It's already been debunked. So your use of different classic playing around with statistics and coming up with your own story from, statistical information. This is classic grift fallacy. It's easy to just make up nonsense from manipulating statistics. People do it all the time. It's practically a proverb to do it. It's a modern proverb that people lie with statistics. You just tell the story you want to tell and then use the statistics as your illustration, but they don't say what you're trying to say. They don't fit your narrative. This is classic, so they don't have any empirical evidence, and their trait of the white racist trait of all wrong in the world starts from the angry response to the evils they've put in the world. That's how they function. It's ridiculous. So you don't have any empirical evidence that I have shortcomings. So the previous cartoon, I was touching on a question I have for that particular false flag. The reason why it's a false flag is because you're trying to make me look at one of the effects of racism and pretend it's inherent to me in the way I've always been. And that's a problem. You never address that concept. You dismiss it with nonsense statistical fallacy spin jobs. When people ask you okay, well, your numbers are higher in white on white crime, and your response is always to be well, this because there's more of us and we're always fucking up, so of course there's going to be more white fuck ups, or whatever you say. So I'm okay, you didn't actually answer the question. Did you really answer it with that dismissal? There's a lot of you. Sure, there's a lot of you. Of course there are. But you also spent the last 400 years hoarding wealth and opportunity just for you. You deliberately tilted the entire nation's culture in your direction for your benefit. So if even with everything going for you, why does your white on white crime numbers look so bad? You're not answering the question. If let's pretend that, you know, the accrued discrimination and convict leasing and the war on drugs and all the systems you have in place designed to plunder and artificially impoverish me. Let's set that to the side just for a minute. If I'm doing these black on black crime numbers because I'm inherently broken, like you want to say with your fake empirical evidence, then how is it that without all of that, your numbers are comparable? If you're the most civilized between the two of us, if I'm the barbarian and you are the civil, why does your white on white crime numbers look so crazy? Why are they comparable to mine at all? This is you usurped and racketeered and organized crimed America in your benefit. You keep admitting it in the cracks and alleys and back rooms of 4chan. You admit this freely. Why would I give up this power? Why would I share this power with you, Nog, whatever you call me? You admit this stuff freely. So, with this being the case, you are the dominant political identity. You hoard all that is good for you. Let me remind you that in America, we're at the beginning stages of the largest transfer of inheritance wealth in human history. The $68 trillion being passed from those knucklehead white baby boomers to these worthless jackass whites who are to receive it. You hoard all that is good just for you. And I am your preferred prey. I'm artificially impoverished because you've been plundering my wealth and adding it to your wealth, which is why you have all this money that's being passed down. So, with unlimited opportunity and all that is good and the monopolized markets of the world just for you, the best that money can buy, what is your excuse for being a trash barbarian? Explain, please. If my excuse is that I'm inherently all this empirical evidence that you magically conjure is why I'm the way I am, what's your excuse for white on white crime? Why are you a barbarian? Steal. Explain. I can explain. I know why you're a barbarian. I know why, even with the best that money can buy, with an entire, the wealthiest nation that's ever lived, tilted in your direction, why you're a worthless barbarian trash. I know why. You tell me what your excuse is without ducking this time. Tell me why you are the way you are. Why do your white on white crime numbers look the way they do when you have unlimited opportunity? When your Whitopian racketeering organized crime racket of whiteness gives you everything and every opportunity, why haven't you raised yourself up to a man to be the fake lord you project in real life? Why are you still a trash barbarian? Why? If you want me to accept that I'm inherently broken and I'm inherently a black on black crimeist, or whatever, what's your excuse for why your white on white crime numbers look comparable to mine at all? How come they're not at single digits if you are the semi-divine, highest evolved human, etc., etc.? If this is actually you, the superior IQist, what's your excuse for being a barbarian? Tell me. Think about it. And in the meantime, peace.